Hi there, and welcome to this review of the One Way Daily Devotionals from the 23rd of August through to the 27th of August. And looking through, we began with a bang on Monday because one of the things that we looked at is something that has, I think, troubled the church for centuries. And that is, it seems that poverty has been exalted in some parts of the church as if there was something good about it, as if it was a precious blessing from God. That is just not how the Bible looks at poverty. Not prospering, in other words, poverty, is included in the curses listed in Deuteronomy 28. Point of it was, we discovered, of course, that before the Israelites had settled in the land of Goshen, and before long they began to prosper there because they were under God's blessing. God's blessing goes with prospering. On Tuesday, we noted that there is a time, not now, but there is a time for patience. And it happens like this. Jacob called his son Joseph and said to him, "If you're pleased with me, swear most solemnly that you will honour this my last request. Do not bury me in Egypt. When I am dead, take me out of Egypt and bury me beside my ancestors." So Joseph promised that he would. "Swear that you will do it," Jacob insisted. So Joseph gave his oath, and Jacob bowed in worship as he leaned on his staff. Now, those of us who have at any time and in any way, cared for people, will know that sometimes with, certainly with older people, patience is required. And it's interesting that Joseph shows very great respect to his father, and he doesn't show any signs of annoyance or impatience at his father's insistence on him swearing on oath as well as promising. It may not seem a big deal to us, but you see, it was more than just a turn of phrase for Jacob. Promising was a promise, swearing on oath was to him re-emphasizing and sealing that promise. Handling the aged requires patience today, just as it did then. On Wednesday, we had a look at something that really underlines and underscores the dignity that Jacob had. It says, and I really do love this, that Jacob gathered his strength and sat up in bed to greet Joseph. Now we know that he was very old, really very, very old, and he was failing. But his determination to sit up and greet his favourite son, I think speaks volumes for him. And there is that dignity that comes with determination. And I think we need to acknowledge that. And perhaps this week is about the elderly, and with older people, when they do something which other people can do very easily, and you know that it's a strain for them because of their age, because of perhaps a weakness that's come upon them. Let's give them respect, let's give them dignity. They've been there before us, and we can learn a lot from them. And I know that certainly I learnt a lot from my father, from my stepmother, and it's good to respect the elderly. It is really good to respect the elderly. As for Thursday, we saw this thing where Jacob suddenly, as he was talking to Joseph about Joseph's two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, he suddenly just says, "As I was returning from Paddan, Rachel died in the land of Canaan. we were still on the way, just a short distance from Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. So with great sorrow I buried her there beside the road to Ephrath. And you know, if you've spoken to old people, that's something that can happen. It appears to be a disjointed memory that suddenly forced its way in. If we have sort of studied the life of Jacob, if we know something about the life of Jacob, we know that this Rachel he was talking about was the love of his life. And here he is approaching his own death, and it's as if, perhaps unbidden, the memory of his great love, Rachel, comes back into his mind as he's talking about the affairs of the family. No, it's Rachel that forces a way through. And you know, old people don't stop loving, and it's a sad thing when people become cynical and make jokes about, you know, old people and old people still loving one another, or indeed falling in love when their partner has died and they fall in love with somebody else. Love, romantic love, is an experience for everybody, regardless of their age, you know, as an adult. And romantic love does not necessarily die with age. Something worth remembering. And as for Friday, well, perhaps I shall leave that for you to look at. If you've never enjoyed any of these daily devotionals before, if you've never gone onto the One Way UK website, why not do so? You can subscribe to the daily devotionals, absolutely free. They're delivered to your email box every day, Monday to Friday. Why not join me as we continue our journey with Joseph through the book of Genesis. God bless you. Have a really, really great weekend.